Joseph Addison, along with Richard Steele, established The Spectator, a daily publication that ran from 1711 to 1712 and briefly in 1714. The Spectator was a periodical that aimed to refine public taste, promote moral virtue, and elevate the manners of society through wit and enlightenment. Addison's essay, The Aims of the Spectator, outlines the goals of the publication and highlights its role in shaping public discourse, culture, and intellectual life in early 18th century England. In this essay, Addison describes the primary objectives of The Spectator and how it seeks to educate and entertain the readership. The essay is structured to explain the mission of the publication, define its audience, and present its approach to fostering virtue and social improvement. 1. The purpose of The Spectator. Addison asserts that The Spectator aims to cultivate a more refined and morally upright society. He sees the publication as a means to counter ignorance, vice, and poor taste by offering insightful reflections on life, manners, and human behavior. Through humor and reason, The Spectator intends to influence both the elite and the common people by setting high standards for literature, conversation, and personal conduct. 2. The intended audience. Addison describes his readership as diverse, including people from various social classes. However, he places particular emphasis on the influence of The Spectator over women, arguing that the publication seeks to enhance their understanding of virtue, taste, and decorum. He also acknowledges the impact of his essays on merchants, professionals, and the intellectual community, making The Spectator an accessible and influential medium for all. 3. The Spectator's observational approach. One of the defining characteristics of The Spectator is its commitment to objective observation. Addison presents The Spectator as an impartial observer of society, aiming to document and critique behaviors, fashions, and social trends. This method allows him to reflect on both the virtues and vices of society, using satire and humor to provoke thought and self-improvement among readers. 4. Promoting morality and virtue. Addison emphasizes that The Spectator does not intend to merely entertain but also to instill moral lessons. By blending philosophy, literary criticism, and ethical discourse, the publication seeks to promote honesty, integrity, and good manners. Addison believes that a well-mannered and educated public will contribute to a more harmonious and enlightened society. 5. The role of wit and style. A key aspect of The Spectator is its engaging and polished writing style. Addison believes that moral lessons should be presented in an enjoyable and accessible manner, using wit and humor to attract a broad audience. He argues that literature should not only instruct but also delight, making wisdom and virtue more appealing to the common reader. Analysis of the aims of The Spectator. 1. The Enlightenment influence. Addison's essay reflects the ideals of the Enlightenment, a period characterized by an emphasis on reason, education, and moral philosophy. His vision of The Spectator aligns with the broader Enlightenment goal of improving society through rational discourse, intellectual refinement, and moral progress. Addison's faith in human reason and the power of literature as an instrument of enlightenment underscores his commitment to societal reform. 2. Satirical commentary on society. Throughout The Spectator, Addison uses satire to expose the absurdities of social life, including vanity, superficiality, and hypocrisy. His approach is subtle yet effective, using humor and irony to highlight societal flaws while encouraging self-reflection. Unlike more aggressive satirists like Jonathan Swift, Addison's tone is lighthearted, aiming to guide rather than chastise his readers. 3. The role of periodicals in social and cultural development. The Spectator played a significant role in shaping the public sphere in 18th century England. Addison recognized that periodicals could serve as platforms for intellectual engagement and cultural refinement. His work helped establish the tradition of literary journalism, influencing later periodicals and writers, including Samuel Johnson's The Rambler and The Idler. 4. Gender and the Spectator's focus on women. Addison's discussion of women as a key audience for the Spectator highlights the evolving role of women in 18th-century society. While his views can be seen as progressive for his time, emphasizing the need for women's intellectual development, they also reflect certain limitations. He advocates for women's moral and aesthetic education but within the boundaries of domestic and social decorum, reinforcing the period's gender norms. 5. The balance between instruction and entertainment. A major strength of the Spectator is its ability to balance education with entertainment. Addison's insistence that moral teachings should be delivered in an engaging and witty manner reflects his understanding of audience engagement. By making virtue enjoyable, he ensures that his message reaches a wider audience, demonstrating a keen awareness of literary effectiveness. 6. The legacy of the Spectator. The impact of the Spectator extends beyond its original readership. Addison's approach to journalism and moral philosophy influenced the development of the essay as a literary form. His ability to merge humor with intellectual depth set a precedent for later writers and periodicals. The themes explored in The Spectator, virtue, taste, social refinement, continue to be relevant in discussions of literature and culture today. Conclusion. Joseph Addison's The Aims of the Spectator is a foundational essay that encapsulates the mission of the Spectator as a vehicle for moral and intellectual improvement. Through wit, observation, and reasoned argument, Addison seeks to refine public taste, critique social flaws, and promote virtuous living. His work reflects the broader Enlightenment ideals of rational discourse, education, and cultural progress. As a pioneering force in literary journalism, The Spectator remains a significant contribution to English literature, offering timeless insights into the intersection of morality, humor, and social critique. Addison's emphasis on balancing instruction with entertainment ensures that his work continues to be studied and appreciated as a model of effective and engaging prose.